Saludos amigos, and welcome to another installment of Fantastic Five. This week we're counting down the best ever adventures of the Star-Spangled Avenger, Captain America. Since his debut in 1941, Captain America has starred in a surprisingly large number of excellent stories, whether punching Nazis or battling French mercenaries or facing off against space gods. There are also some where he's hunting the Taliban, but we won't be talking about those ones today. In fact, there are so many great Captain America stories, it would be easy to make this a top 100 list without much of a drop in quality. Here's a couple of stories that could just as easily hit the top 5 today if I didn't have more to say about 5 other stories. The Secret Empire by Steve Englehart and Sal Buscema, Captain America No More by Mark Grunwald and Kieran Dwyer, Death of the Red Skull by J.M. DeMattei and Paul Neary, He Who Holds the Cosmic Cube by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and Meet Captain America by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Now on to the top 5. Number 5, Mad Bomb. There are 3 main eras where Jack Kirby, the king of comics, worked on Captain America. First was when he created the guy in the 40s with Joe Simon. Next was when he revived him with Stan Lee in the early 60s, and finally there was his solo run on the title in the mid 70s. While this era of Captain America and the Falcon saw Cap fighting evil geneticist Arnim Zola, competing in a kill derby, and encountering a tiny mutant who lives in Magneto's wristwatch, the highlight of this series is perhaps this story, which ran from issues number 193 to 200, in which a secret society tries to destroy America through the implementation of a device that makes everyone in the blast radius go insane with rage. Is this the end of the Captain America Falcon team? No, it isn't. Number 4, Man Without a Country. If you were a Marvel fan in the late 90s, times were pretty bleak. What with the clones and the onslaughts and the Teen Tony Starks and what have you. Fortunately, the shining light in all that darkness came in the form of a Captain America run by Mark Waid and Ron Garney, which began with reviving the Red Skull and getting Cap out of that robot suit he was in for a while. The bad news is, during that storyline, the villainous Machine Smith stole state secrets out of Cap's brain and framed him for treason. In this story, which ran from issues number 450 to 453, the president strips Cap of his title and exiles him from the country. A depressed Steve Rogers must now team up with Sharon Carter to explore Europe and discover the truth. Is Captain America a bad enough dude to rescue the president? Yes, he is. Number 3, War and Remembrance. Technically, this run from number 247 to number 255 is more than one story, but it's the complete run on the title by creators Roger Stern and John Byrne. And everything ties together in a neat little package that can be read in one sitting. Over the course of these 9 issues, Cap fights Dragon Man, Baron Strucker, and Batroc the Leaper, contemplates running for president, and most importantly, battles vampires in jolly old England. And to tie it all up, the whole thing ends with the retelling of Cap's origin that also serves as a 40th anniversary celebration for the character. Fantastic, exciting stories featuring some of the best fights of Cap's career. Number 2, Winter Soldier. Okay, you probably thought this was going to be number 1. Sorry, angry commenters. Ed Brubaker's legendary 7+ year run of over 100 issues began here, in this story that ran for pretty much the first 14 issues of Captain America Volume 5, with art by Steve Epting, Mike Perkins, and Michael Lark. Amazingly, this story sees Brubaker and crew doing what had long been thought impossible, bringing back Bucky Barnes from the dead. And not only did they do that, but they did it so well that it propelled them through the most critically acclaimed run on the Sentinel of Liberty of all time. And number 1, The Strange Death of Captain America. Jim Steranko is notorious as the artist who drew less than 20 comics in his entire career and still managed to change the entire industry. And it's stories like this, which ran in Captain America number 110, 111, and 113, with dialogue by Stan Lee, that makes it clear why. The tale begins with Cap encountering the Hulk, which leads to Hulk's sidekick Rick Jones appointing himself the new Bucky. A reluctant Cap soon finds himself overwhelmed with anxiety about losing another sidekick, which distracts him from his battle with Madam Hydra and leads to, well, you heard the title of the story. All of this is told in Steranko's trademark style, featuring op art inspired layouts, bold colors and design choice, and some of the most exciting splash pages and 2-page spreads in comics history. That's it for this week. Join us again next week when we say 5 more things that make you mad. Thanks for watching this episode of Fantastic Fives. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.